What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So today I want to talk a little bit about why I think video creators and developers creates the most value and why I will continue to support token systems that I think is focusing on this. So so video creators and developers, okay? So first of all, there's a lot of people that are using something like Steam blockchain, for example, which is social blogging, and so why video creators and why developers? Why do I think they create the most value? And also one of the reasons why I want to talk about that is because I think in terms of scale, it's good to focus on what works, and then the whole system would eventually be more successful. So let's talk with developers. Let's start with developers. So developers, they are creating scale by doing real work, by creating stuff that is very hard and complex, and working on stuff as game theory to try to improve stuff. And if you ever tried to look at code and develop something yourself, you will notice that you will run into a lot of problems, a lot of bugs. It takes a lot of time and energy and resources, yeah, to do a project. And yeah, I mean, it just like I have done a few couple of games with on my MacBook Pro, some games that I then could play on my iOS phone, and it took some time. Like it takes some time to learn and to look at code and to build this. I mean, if you get one problem, like one bug problem or something like that, to find a fix can take a very, very long time. To problem solve can take like a long, long time, can take many, many hours. It's still also very satisfying. It can be, but for example, I would love to I love to do developing and stuff like that. But I also realized that it would take so much time that like I look at it like, okay, I can either be a video creator and focus on that, or I can be a developer and like try to develop cool code and write cool games. But for me personally, I saw that just took too much time, and I wanted to focus on video instead. But if but I always thought about it like this: if you would live 1,000 years, yeah, then I would probably dedicate like 500 years to just doing the code stuff. But now, when we live like 100 years, I just want to focus on the video stuff, you know? So yeah, I mean, developing code and stuff like that, like I appreciate so much when I'm using some code or someone wrote a small program or something like that that creates a lot of value to my own life. I highly, highly appreciate that when I find like new projects or new cool apps or new like software that people have created. Like I see the massive value in that. With Steam, for example, I see massive value in in Steam now, for example. I also see massive value in Steam World, see massive value in DTube. And it's like I use Steam now on a daily basis, and it like I feel that it improves my life. I also use Steam World on a daily basis, and I also feel that the product improves my life. I also use DTube on a daily basis, and I feel that it improves my life. And all of these services are made by developers that's been sitting down a long time, looking at code and like trying to improve stuff. And the sad part about it is then that developers, in many ways, they don't get that much funds from, for example, now with Steam. For example, Steam World are not getting that much support. Steam Now, I'm not sure if they're getting that support. And DTube now losing their Mr. Delegation. It's just crazy, right? Mainly now with Steam because DTube is like the number one D app on the Steam blockchain, and it's losing its support. That Mr. Delegation, that someone took it away. That's just weird. Like, it's clearly someone is trying to harm the Steam ecosystem. Like if you're removing support from the number one D app, doesn't really make any sense, right? So developers are a huge group that are providing massive value that most of the time they are not being rewarded that well, and that just sucks, right? It really sucks, because if they don't get rewarded well, then we don't get new cool code and projects and services to play around with and to try out and to explore deeper with game theory to see what works and what doesn't work. So developers, it's very important that they get proper rewarded. So that's why that is one of the key groups that I'm going to focus a lot on, like chains that really focuses a lot on development and that supports developers that actually do real stuff. Now the second group, video creators. So I've been a video creator since like full-time since 2011. But I already did videos on YouTube 2007, 2009, 2008, and I always loved the video format because I feel it brings so much value to other people's life. And this is what I want to focus on. Like the video creators, I want to support chains and token systems that really have a high focus on video creators, because it's pretty obvious to me that they provide massive value in the way how they can educate people on scale. They can bring in people on scale. You can see that they are dedicated, because you can see that they're doing videos. You can see that they are using leverage to bring more people into this ecosystem and to bring in more scale. And it's just harder with other formats to create massive scale, you know. And in many ways, we kind of want to look at this industry like, how can it grow faster? Well, people need to use more scale, right? So you really need to support amazing developers, and you really need to support amazing video creators that bring scale, because video creators are doing long videos, 10 to 20 minute long videos, interviewing people or giving information in an amazing format. They are doing thumbnails that take some time. Sometimes they even write text to it. And these bring a lot of value, you know. So for example, I can say this, like take Steam blockchain, for example. One creator that is like, if you look at the trending right now, let's go to trending, and I want to see like how much rewards are on trending. So I'm just going to go to steemit.com and let's just see what is on trending, and let's see how many rewards it has. So let's see, I'm gonna click on all posts. Okay, so the top post here has 72 something. Let's see. So I'm gonna copy this username and I'm gonna go to Steam World and see how much this post is worth. Steam World, and I'm gonna just type in or put in the username. So it's very interesting with Steam, like just because we don't like it's only like Steam World that is doing like proper display of like rewards, which is like weird. Okay, so let's see this post. This is the top post on Steemit at the moment, and it's worth so the creator is going to get around 200 Steam. Okay, that's a very interesting number. Okay, 200 Steam, and that's like the most popular post trending on Steemit. So let's kind of consider that. Okay, so 200 Steam. Now, I did the math before this video, and I was looking at, so I'm a daily video creator and on YouTube, and I've been since 2011, and I'm earning every month like income, and a lot of income. So I did the math, and it's like, okay, so the top post on Steemit, it's made 200 Steam. Okay, now I want to say my YouTube channel on auto is making around 200 and around 300 Steam per day, and that's just from videos just automatic, but people coming to the videos and I'm not even doing anything. It's like old videos that I have done over many years that is like super high quality. So my videos just on auto is already earning more, 300 Steam, and this post 200 Steam, and this is the top post on the whole Steam ecosystem at the moment. So my videos on automatic is already earning 300 Steam per day. So it's like you can see, and also my channel has over 600 million views in total, over 100,000 views per day, I think, around. But on average, over many years, I mean, it's multiple hundreds of thousands per day. And the numbers just gets insane, right? So 600 million views in total over 10 years. It's going up to 1 billion views. And this is just like from like doing videos, you know, but it's scale. Okay, so the point I want to say here is that video use brings more scale. It clearly is something that people desire more. There is a lot of demand and people are willing to pay for it. So advertisers are willing to be on the videos because they are getting value from it. So video creators are creating massive value, even more. And this is just on auto, and I'm not even like a big YouTube creator at the moment. I'm quite kind of small at the moment on YouTube compared to other creators that are earning like 1,000x more. But it's like you see that like a little small guy like me on YouTube just doing some videos, I'm earning 300 Steam per day on auto. Okay, so and not even the top post on Steam is making 300 Steam, you know? So my point is like video creators, they're probably a bigger industry and they can probably leverage stuff 1,000x more than a lot of other stuff that people are doing. And people can use, you know, I think like if other people got curation rewards on video creators that are bringing scale, they probably would make even more money than everyone like trying to do their own little thing and everyone trying to be a writer or something or writing comments. So video creators can bring amazing scale and they can do this automatic, you know, and they have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are watching their videos and that are getting amazing value from this. And I feel that video creators a very long time has been extremely low rewarded, especially in the crypto industry. So we had a period where they were kind of good rewarded, but then it kind of went down again, especially with Steam blockchain. Like there was some time there in 2018 where rewards had pretty high integrity, you know, and then it kind of collapsed. So it's like, so I want to focus on chains and token systems that are mainly going to focus on developers and video creators because they're just more engaged and they can just bring more scale to this whole industry. So yeah, I mean, it's like video is still very young, you know, because it's like we've only had like pretty good smartphones, or well, now the last couple of years now we're getting extremely good front-facing camera smartphones. So like the vlogging industry can become insanely huge and provide super much scale and leverage and value. So I sort of feel that many people are kind of trying to be crabs in a bucket with a lot of token systems where they think we have some scarcity situation going on where it's like, no, it's like we just have to reward people that bring scale much more. And instead of like, you know, trying to give everyone like 1 cent, why not just focus on people that can bring scale, developers and video creators, you know? And video creators, they really get views, they get people watching their stuff. Yeah, so that is what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. So I think that is the future. So I think video is the future. I think video is the future. I mean, video is gonna keep on being in demand, right? Especially when people get even smarter or better smartphones that can do more. When everyone has an amazing front-facing camera. Like my next phone, the S20 Ultra, that I'm gonna get quite soon. It has a front-facing camera, 40 or 4K at 60 FPS, and that's like the front-facing camera. It's like this is just gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. And yeah, I mean, you want why do you want to focus on scale? Well, because our time here on Earth is like limited, right? So if we want to reach like maximum people, there are limited ways of doing that. So it's like we really need to see where we are putting our energy, and I want to like maximize like growth of things and maximize scale. And the only way we can do that, the way I'm seeing at it, is reward the people that deserve it the most, the developers, the video creators. Everyone else is still gonna earn, you know. You can have curation rewards, still you can have ownership rewards. And how I think is going to work in the future is most people won't even have to create anything, because they're just going to be an owner in something. For example, I invested in US Dynasty, and at the moment I can print $1 to $2 per day on auto, you know, and that's from not even doing anything. So eventually, when people have these tokens, and when you can be an owner in everything, and everything in your city, your football club, your local clubs, your local food store, when everyone is an owner in everything and everyone is earning micro rewards from everything, even though that might sound super utopian, but I mean, it's going to happen clearly, because it's like, yeah, that's like just like where it's going. So sort of when that kind of happens, and also even when everyone has access to AI, so the AI can go and make money for you, this kind of concept that everyone has to do everything themselves is kind of going to go away. It's the same as like you don't have to do everything yourself. Like you're competent at the certain things, and like if other people are better than you at some other things, it's like we can reward them a lot, and you can come along for the ride, you know. Everyone has like different things they're highly competent at. And eventually we with the technology that's coming, it's going to bring some very interesting levels of abundance that everyone can use focus on doing what they love, you know. And it might sound like super utopian, but it's basically gonna happen. Like even this year we may already have we already have smartphones with 16 gigs of RAM, the S20 Ultra, 512 gigs variants. It has 16 gigs RAM. So it's like in a couple of years, maybe we have 32, 64 gigabyte RAM smartphones. These smartphones are going to be able to do much more than we are doing right now. Like we have to do a lot of petty manual tasks at the moment. It's the same as I said here. Like my YouTube channel, from just videos alone, on auto is making 300 Steam per day. And that's from me not even doing anything. Like that is automatic. So it's like, and that's just like very early now. Imagine when you optimize everything and like add in efficiency, like you can probably like 10x that on auto. And then at some point it becomes like almost absurd, you know. So we're going into like an exponential decade, but still it's good to try to be a realist. And I love making videos like this, like trying to clarify things, saying how I'm seeing it right now. So yeah, I want to focus on scale, like because our time is sort of limited here on this planet. So video creators and developers, they need to be proper rewarded, and chains and tokens that are focusing on that. That is where I will be. Like that is where I want to be, you know, because I want to bring massive scale. I want to bring in thousands of people that are like watching my videos on YouTube. When stuff is like ready and like when token systems are amazing, I want to basically bring them on board, you know, to get tokens and so on. But it's just that technology needs to move forward and people need to have better smartphones in their hand. And when they have that, you can get scale pretty fast, right? So that's going to be very fascinating to sort of see that play out. So yeah, I think that everyone wins if you focus on the right people, and like when they are growing a lot, that means everyone else is gonna grow also. Like because the pie is the pie is kind of growing, right? So I sort of feel that many times people are a lot like crabs in a bucket, and like everyone thinks that if some person is super successful, that means other people are gonna be less successful. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. Developers and video creators, that is the ones that I see do the most at the moment to bring scale. And everyone that brings scale, I love that, you know. So that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. Have an awesome day, DTube and Steem blockchain. Bye bye.